Back for another season. Can you just kind of talk us through that decision you made? I mean, you could have had an opportunity to go play in the NFL, finalist for the Manley Award. So why did you decide to come back for one last season?
Great opportunity. I'm confident in my ability. I could have gone and played. I'm confident that next year I'll have that same exact chance. And I just take another year at UCF, help this team with leadership, and this team, especially the specialist room and everything, get it all right to where it really needs to be, and leave a lasting memory here.
So what are you working on specifically this spring?
As in myself?
Yeah, as in yourself.
A lot of blocking, and then really cleaning up. Everything. Last press conference, I said I can improve everything. I really can. It's field goal, snap, location, and rotation, punts, rotation, blocking, coverage, everything. I'm really emphasis on the blocking, coverage, and field goal snaps.
How beneficial was it for you going to Chicago and being a finalist and talking with other top long snappers, guys who've done it at the professional level? What did you learn from that experience?
It was amazing. The whole trip was phenomenal, but what I really took out of it was the connections. So, the three guys that started that award are innately, really intertwined in the snapping community, and now I have all three of their cell phone numbers. And so using that, bouncing ideas off of them and stuff like that, that's the biggest thing I got out of going to Chicago.
How do you feel this spring as the grizzled veteran?
I feel like I can just speak up more than being, the former walk-on long snapper I was. Obviously long snapper is probably the bottom of the totem pole on the team. Well, now I'm top, upper, good little bit of the totem pole. So I can really speak up and make my voice heard and, help the team go in the right direction as, just a long snapper also. So
obviously you worked really hard to become one of the top long snappers in the country. If there's a young kid, maybe freshman, sophomore in high school, maybe thinking about going down the long snapping path, what advice would you give a young guy looking to get started?
Just keep working. We were talking with Latavius Murray a couple weeks ago, and what he said really stuck with me was never stop the initial pursuit. So you want to be a good long snapper. Like I started, 6 years ago now, 7 years ago, of just I want to be not only the best long snapper I can be, I want to be the best long snapper. And I'm pretty close to that in college now. Go to the next level, be still in that initial pursuit of being the best long snapper. So that doesn't stop until names in the history books and whatever else. So that initial pursuit is what needs to stay. And so for a young guy, just keep on it, never stop, never slow down.
How do you think the group, the special teams unit, has improved in punt protection this spring? Like, is that something you guys are working on a lot?
Punt protections, as in the guys blocking in the front? Yeah, we've not allowed to go into detail, but we've changed a little bit of scheming, and it'll really shore up that blocking, and then we're just getting guys in there. We got the full green to put the best players possible on those those lines. So starting guys on offense and defense are going to be on punt also, and it's really going to be shored up and have the best players in there to do their jobs.
What's the competition like right now between Daniel Obarski and Colton Boomer?
It's wide open. Boomer came in hitting really, really well, and Daniel's hitting well too. So you go with the vet, you go with the new guy. We'll see. That's why Boomer came in early, because it's full open competition, and it's a good competition right now.
How do you think this team is different than it was, say, last spring in Gus Malzahn's first year?
There's a lot more communication, solidarity. I feel like we're a team, a true team again. Last year, you had kind of a rift between offense, defense. There wasn't a lot of intercommunication, intermingling. And now it feels like a team again. We got, coaches that made it very clear that we're a team, not an offense and a defense. And so feels pretty good. We got some good chemistry.
You were complimenting Colton Boomer for coming in as a true freshman, just really still be in high school and competing. What has impressed you about him? Just kind of talk more about his leg and just kind of his demeanor. Like, what's he like?
Yeah, the kid has the fastest kicking leg I've ever seen. he's got this weird little kicking. I mean, I don't know if you can see it or find it online, but he kicks and his right foot's right back in the ground, and we have no idea how he even gets the ball off the ground, but he does. And so it's kind of impressive to watch. He ran like a 4.3 when he came to a little camp, and so we got him in like, oh, this kid's gonna be like fast, and he's fast. So it's pretty good.
What do you think are some reasonable team goals for this coming season?
I'm not really good with reasonable team goals. Want to win a national championship, and reasonable team goal. I mean, it's very reasonable we can win the conference, and then based off what Cincinnati did, we could try to get in those playoffs, but that's not really our decision. We're just gonna, me going back to what I do best. We're going to be the best, the best we can be. That's the team goal, is to get this group of guys, for everybody to pull their best out and do their best to make the team the best.
You were recently honored by the University Order of the Pegasus. How big of an honor is that, and what does that mean to you?
It's tremendous. There were 26 students out of the entire school, or I guess the entire graduating class for this year, to be honored for the Order of the Pegasus. And myself, along with one of our volleyball players, McKenna Melville, and one of our track girls, Sydney Turner, were all recognized in that 26. And it really just shows the ability we've done and the struggle we've come across to not only be good on the athletic field, but also be one of the top students in the school. So it's kind of a really neat, huge honor, join people like Matt Wright in that honor.
So you came back for another year, didn't have to. Obviously, you just hit a big academic goal. How big is it in your football career? You were here those early years when UCF was winning every game, it seemed like, conference championship. How important is it to you to kind of go out on that same note?
Huge. That's really the entire reason I came back, because I came in, we had such a great culture, we had such a great team, and 25 straight. Like, as soon as I got here, I didn't know what losing in college felt like. And then, we kind of got down off track and, down a little bit. And so now you need guys that have seen that success, seen what it took to get to that success, that you need them to lead the room to, get the standard back to where it used to be. And so we're on the right track for that.
Thanks a lot, Alex.
Thank you.